All right, Part-Time Mastermind, November 27, 2018. Wow. Guys, so how's everybody doing?
Good.
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 Just a few housekeeping things. For many of you, probably excluding Louise, our last session together would be the second week in December. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple weeks off, and we're going to come back in January and start again. And Louise, I'll stop your clock there, and then you'll continue on in January. Let me show you guys a couple things, and then I'm going to come back and we'll start with the wins. Let me show you this real quick. So in case you didn't see this post, you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So for those of you who want to keep going with me, I'll be honored, first of all. And then second of all, I'm going to change things up a little bit if you haven't seen this. Up until now, we've given you two personal calls each session. And I decided I'm going to make those monthly because I think I can help move you guys forward faster if I have a little bit of more personal time with you. That's number one. Number two is my new course is coming out in January. And any active people will get a course for free. And I finally named it. It is called the Part-Time Profit Machine. And it's, I'm be humble, but it's awesome. It really is good. And then, so finally, I don't have an official affiliate program for that course, but you guys, I'll figure out a way each of you will be able to promote it and get 50% profit on it, commission on it, if we make any sales. So we'll work through that as well. We're going to work on what I thought I would do is use that course with you guys to show you how I promote affiliate stuff, kind of more hands-on, rather than just telling you how to do it. Actually going to do it, and you guys can plug into it and promote it to your people on Facebook or social media, and make some sales, make some money. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys who are in my coaching program. So it's awesome. And anybody who wants to, I still have one slot open for the part-time weekend intensive, I call it. Baxter, grab one. There's still one open. The advantage to that is you get basically 2 solid days with me. You get free room and board, pretty much. Maybe not all meals, but most meals. Rosemary's got to cook and cater some stuff. And I'm going to knock it. If you decide to do that, what I'll do is I won't charge you for next session. So basically, it's coming down to about $400 for the weekend, which is pretty cool. So anybody who wants to do that, you got one more slot. I understand it's a big thing to get there during that time of year. It's going to be January. What did I say? Actually, what did I say?
5th and 6th.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Oh, I'm blind. I can't see it. So, you guys want to take anything of that? And Louise, you want to come? You're welcome. But it's a little bit far for you.
Yeah, slightly far. But
anyway, if you happen to be in Florida during those dates, hey. Anyway, so that's that. All right, wins for the week. Louise, I'm going to start with you.
I actually wrote I don't know if it's called a blog post, if it's a affiliate website, a post. And it's the first one that's completely my own content and was almost 3,000 words. So I'm thinking maybe it's like a book rather than a post. But anyway.
What's it on?
It is about just mindset during weight loss and getting healthy and over from a extremely processed foods lifestyle to a more natural lifestyle.
If you want to, if you're able to, you can leave a link in the group. We can take a look at it if you want to do that. Sounds like a pillar post, kind of. It's a long post. So
sounds like a.
I call it a pillar post. It's kind of a foundational post. If it was your own blog, it would be like people create like 5 or 6 what they call pillar posts, which are really what their blog is about, and kind of deeper articles that kind of set the stage for what your blog is about. So
Okay.
if and when you get your own blog, that might be something you want to put on there to do it.
Okay.
But yeah, drop the link in. We'll be glad to take a look at it.
Okay.
Give you some.
Okay.
People here are very nice. Come on, ask Bill. Bill, they're nice, right, Bill?
Absolutely.
All right, Baxter, you gonna win?
Yeah, I got a blog up yesterday, finished that up, and stayed with my other stuff throughout the week. So
Awesome, good job, Bill.
I would have to say that my one-on-one coaching with the session with you and Kayla, what was that, Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Good information, good.
Happy. That makes me happy.
Going back and forth, and I have a way forward again.
Yeah, that's why I added another session to the coaching, because I think those private ones just worked really well. And this is a small enough group where I can do that, and can tend to go deeper than we can during this kind of a session. So
Yeah.
good stuff. Doug?
I've been implementing the stuff that I've learned in that little Facebook course I took, and I'm excited that it's worked. The things that I've learned in there are like I'm seeing the not results, but like when there's an action made, there's a reaction to what I've done on Facebook. So
Yeah, I noticed you were posting a little bit more in there. Yeah,
a little bit. I'm trying to, and then I'm excited to put that together with what I learned at Diane Hopkins before that. So hopefully you'll see more of me, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, cool, awesome. Love to see more Doug.
I don't want to see more of me, but okay. Oh, and the other thing is I survived Thanksgiving with the family.
Oh,
That could be a win. Awesome. Kayla?
Yeah, so I was inspired by our call last week with Bill and just our talk. So talking with Nick, I started putting together my free offer. So my 3-step roadmap to going vegan.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I have one book I did want to share with you guys that I'm reading that's really good. Nick got for me. It's called This Is Marketing, and it's by Seth Godin. And it's a new one that just came out, and it's really good.
It's funny you say that. I was just listening to a podcast by Amy Porterfield where she interviewed him.
Oh, really?
They talked all about that book.
Oh,
It sounds amazing. There's a lot of really good stuff in the interview, and in the book it goes even more in depth. So I definitely plan on picking that up. But
awesome.
I didn't have somebody give it to me, so
I know.
nice. Good for you. My win for the week is I'm switching beverages. I'm now drinking Dasani sparkling water instead of Diet Coke. Not all the time. So you'll still see what's going on. But
Oh my gosh, you need to take a picture.
congratulations.
I gotta believe you'll start getting your hair back, everything, you know?
Hey, this stuff works wonders, man. You wouldn't believe it. It's gonna come in dark and full, and
Yeah. You start looking like, yeah.
it does that. Then I'm gonna market it. Oh gosh. And the other good thing that happened to me as I posted in the group is I picked up Amy Porterfield's list building class, which I've been a big fan of hers for a long time, and never purchased any of her stuff. So this is the first time, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with what I've seen so far. And for 2 reasons I bought that. Number one is list building is going to be one of my big emphases in 2019 for myself, and so I can teach you guys more. But also I looked at that, and as you get more advanced, you start looking at things differently. So I looked at that from a course perspective. How did she put it together? What did she include? How did she lead into it? How did she market it? And I learned a lot just from watching that process. It'd be worth the whole amount that I paid for the course anyway, and I haven't even started really going through it. It's one of those things I always tell you guys about, strategic buying. Buying things that it's going to make a difference for you sooner rather than later. And I don't know about you guys, but I was inundated with Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Oh, man.
still am.
I still
I
am.
am, yeah, they're still coming.
Between the online stuff and then the different companies sending me emails and stuff, I couldn't get rid of stuff fast enough. It was just piling up, and probably, as a marketer, you'd like to try to look at the way people position stuff, but it just became too much. It was like, I don't want to see anymore. Stop it. And so I think, really it's important that you strategically think about what you want to buy. And if you know that you want to buy something and you happen to see it on a Black Friday, go for it, definitely. But otherwise, keep your credit card in your pocket, and let it sit in there until you actually need it. Because one of the things that I found, I'll just share this with you guys, and I don't share this publicly, but one of the things that happened to me when I first started, and having a job, it's a curse because you don't want to have a job, right? You want to kind of just be free, but it's also good because it gives you some, hopefully it pays the bills, and maybe even gives you some extra money to play with. And in my case, I did have the extra money to play with, and I was not the most, let me just say that I was an easy hit for people to buy stuff. I saw something I bought into, the copywriting was good, and man, I was on board. And I bought way too much stuff in the beginning that didn't make sense for me. And stuff even now that I look back, it's outdated, it's not usable. Why did I buy that in the first place? And I think it's important, and it's one of the things I'm stressing in this new course, is that if you want to get into profit, you got to control the costs, right? And Baxter knows this. Baxter, you know this probably better than anybody. You gotta control how much money you're spending, so you can make a profit, right? Because not many of us can start business right away and start making 6 figures, but we can sure spend 5 figures if we're not careful in courses, trainings, masterminds, whatever. So it's one of the things I'm going to be stressing in this course is making sure that you really practice strategic buying, rather than just going off the deep end and buying whatever looks good. So I practiced that this year, so I was pretty happy with myself. But I haven't always practiced it.
We get Black Friday here in South Africa, even though we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So I just love complete lunacy of that. And it generally turns into Black Friday week. So for the entire week after Black Friday, there's this massive sale and things. I don't even believe that the people who participate have money to go for the entire week, but yeah. And then always on either Saturday morning or Monday morning, we get these horrendous photos. It's always these headlines of just the hordes and hordes of people that are at the shopping centers, like from 2:00 in the morning, waiting for specials and just waiting for the place to open. And my dad raised me very much. He always says, I can buy myself, yes, I want to be by myself. And he doesn't like hordes of people and crowds of people. And I've completely adopted that mentality as well. I'm at home in front of my laptop. I can watch the people, but I don't have to participate with the people. And so Morgan and I, we had some of the email marketing that we got, but the only thing that we actually wanted to get was a course for him called Box Blueprint by Nick Single. And that was on 50% discount. So with the exchange, it made a bit of a difference because it from being almost 20,000 Rand to just shy of 10,000. So that made a massive difference. But otherwise, we were like, no, thank you. It's fine. We're at home on the plot. We don't have to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. And it's just completely risky. And people lose their minds to get 20% off a television set or like freaking, I don't know.
Yeah, here in the States, we almost always get video of people beating themselves up in the stores trying to get at the bargain tables or whatever. You usually see a fight or two, so it's interesting. It's too bad, but yeah. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say.
Yeah, they get trampled and everything else.
Oh, I know what it was. I don't know about you guys, but I heard from people in email, companies, marketers, I haven't heard from all year. And all of a sudden, I'm getting all these emails from people. I say, how am I even on their list? I don't remember being on their list because they never reach out. They never keep up with it. So, for those of us doing email marketing, I don't know about you guys, but the people who I've heard from regularly, I was more apt to check out what they were offering than someone who just hit me, hey, I know you haven't heard from me. That was probably the most popular paragraph or starting sentence that I got. Hey, it's been a long time, but hey, I got something that might interest you. Delete. God. Right? And actually, I opened the email because I was curious, am I really on this list? I don't remember.
Enrolled with me worked overtime this week.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, I mean, you got to be – that's one of the reasons that I teach, emailing on a consistent basis, because you don't want to be that person who goes up in somebody's mailbox on Black Friday and they don't have any idea why they're even hearing from you. You don't want to be that person. So. All right, anybody have anything they want to talk about? Bill, if you don't mind, can I share your stuff? Would you be all right with you?
Sure.
I was taking a look at your offer. So let me share it. And on Wednesday, as Bill said, we met, and let me just straighten out something. We met, and Kayla, Bill, and I met and talked about various things. But this is one of the things we talked about was his free offer, and how best to position that, what it should look like, that kind of thing. And so I asked Bill to send me some links. He has 2 different versions of it, and I wanted to look and see exactly what it was. Well, first of all, I'll say I like both of them. I think they're quite good. I would agree that I like the 5 steps better than the 10 steps, only because you want it to be easy to consume, right? And but here's what I would do. Here's what I would do differently. So that's the 10-step one, and here's the 5-step one, which to me visually is much better, right? It's nicely done. Just wondering, you're here. Wondering if maybe you want to put a picture of you up on the top, but now your picture is on the second page. That's fine. And my computer is not being nice lately. So you give out your 5 tips, which is great. And what struck me when I looked at these tips is that the first 3 are something that people would normally, in your situation, just skip, right? The acknowledgement of the situation that you're in, right? Let me get down to them. Assessing your present situation, so acknowledging what's happened, where you are, determining what shape you're in, and then financially, and looking for a silver lining. Even up to step 4, be honest with your spouse and family. Those 4 steps, which I think are crucial, are probably skipped by everybody, because your initial reaction, yours maybe was too, I don't know, is let me find something. I gotta find some way to replace this income. Am I right?
Mine was I can figure this out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like let me talk to my family. It was like
No, it wasn't even an evaluation of necessarily of options. I just knew I was in trouble. I didn't do an evaluation to know where I really stood.
Right.
It was just, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. So let me see where I wanted to show you. Okay. So that's your 4th step on your 5-step is right here. Your 5th one I like because it starts getting into the meat, right? The first 4 are kind of assess where you are, take a deep breath, share it with your family, and now what? And then step 5, which I like, is you start talking about staying afloat financially, which is awesome, right? What can you do right now to fix things, at least temporarily, to keep afloat? I really like that. Here's what I would do differently on this. I would offer, you always want to give people more than they are expecting, right? So from you, they're expecting 5 tips.
Right.
I would offer a bonus tip at the end of this, kind of unannounced bonus tip. And I would make that tip, I'm grabbing this for your other one, step 6 from your other one, which is taking action to get where you want to be financially, which is more than just a stopgap, right?
Correct.
It's like, let me really plan this out, what I can do here to straighten the situation out in the long term. And that also gives you what I would consider to be something that you may want to consider, which would be, okay, here's my 5 tips. Here's my bonus tip, right? And because I really want to help you out, I would like to give you a 15 to 30 minute free strategy session. We can talk about your situation and how we can get you out of it. Now, at some point, if you get too many opt-ins, that might not become feasible. But for now, I think it'd be worth your time.
Okay.
Because one of the things, it's funny that Kayla brought it up, but one of the things that Seth Godin was talking about in the interview and in his book is what's really missing. The whole thing has come full circle since I started. But what's really missing is the personal element in all this marketing. You know, that people want a community where they can relate to. They want the personal touch. They want to be able to talk to somebody, which is how it started when I first was going. You know, when I first started this, that's what people were doing, right? They were doing a 15-minute consultation, 30-minute consultations. That's what everybody was doing, and that gradually faded away. I don't see it very much, as people think they can do things automatically and have the money come in without really having to reach out and talk to people. But I'm going to tell you, I think, especially when you're needing to get some traction in your business, to make some solid connections, I think taking some time, you can make it 15 minutes if you want and see how it goes. You might even want to make it 15 minutes so that if it's not a great conversation, you can cut it. But if you're having a great conversation, you can, of course, make it as long as you want to make it, right?
Right.
But I think that, so five tips, a bonus 6 tip, which would be your basically number 6 on your 10 step.
Okay.
And then a bonus on the bonus. Hey, you want to talk to me personally? I know sometimes it's better to really talk about these things. I'm not here to pitch you. I'm here to advise you if you want to talk about it, you know.
And the way to contact me, have them contact me is Facebook Messenger or...
that would be your choice. So how are you going to deliver this? That was my question too.
How do I deliver the giveaway?
Yeah. So someone opts into your, you know, puts in their name and email.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to give a link in your first email, right? Basically.
Yes.
And that's going to go right to the PDF, this thing, right?
Well, when they opt in and provide their email, and I think 2 or 3 of you have done this already in the group, and that is when you provide the information in your email, your personal contact information, a PDF is sent out automatically.
Right.
And the initial email.
Right.
Now, I need to make changes to that initial email, but and subsequent emails, but at least that's how it goes out.
Right.
And you get added to the subscriber list in Aweber.
Right. You might want to consider a tweak to that. It's what I do, which I've found to be pretty effective, is I send them, when I give the link in the first email to the freebie, it doesn't go right to the download. It goes to a private page on my blog where I have a video and I have the link underneath to the giveaway. And in that video, it's just a little bit about me telling them what they're going to see. And with you, that could be, you know, hey, it's Bill. Thank you so much. Your download link is below. I'm going to give you your 5 tips, and make sure you check out the 6th bonus tip I've thrown in there because I really wanted to over-deliver for you. And at the end of that PDF, I talk about a way you can get in touch with me We can talk personally. If you want to schedule some time with me, here's a link for that below the video. So I have the video, the download link, and then below that, a link of maybe you want to make it a calendar or some way they can get you. Maybe it's just an email, right? Maybe it's just an email address. They can, write to and say, "Hey, Bill, I want to take you up on that free discussion."
Okay.
And so the link would go to the page instead of the download. That makes sense?
Yeah, I do have a video that goes with it, explains what they're going to get. I think it's about 3.5 minutes of a video. But with the suggestions you've made and what I wanted to change anyway, I will have to change those elements, yes.
Yeah, because I think, let me stop sharing. I'd love to see you guys more. The pluses and minuses of a PDF. PDFs are easy to make, and you can make them kind of pretty, and they look good, and they're nice. People can download them and have them, put them on their desktop. Those are nice. But to me, you lose the face-to-face element. And that's why I chose to go to a page first, so I can get that face-to-face with them and know me, they can hear me, and then they go to the PDF. And that's the way I've done it in the past, and it seems to it worked for me anyway. I think it got probably a little bit of response.
So they put in their contact information, name and email address, maybe a phone number. That's the way the funnel works.
Right.
And that takes them to your video.
No.
Or that would take.
What it does is they get a thank you page. Check your email for the link to the download. Right. That's all they see. Because I told you, people give fake emails.
Okay.
It's your choice. You can, if you want to go for it, go right to that video. You can do that. However, what I've done is I've put an extra step in, which may not be good, but I have them go to their first email where there's a link to that page. Right?
Okay. And the link is in that first email.
Exactly. That's what I do.
So you're putting a link to the thank you video in the first email.
It's a thank you video plus the links to the actual downloads.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit different twist than some people do. Some people put a thank you video there and say, check your email. I think most people, if you put the words, check your email, most people know to do that. And I found that having a video that kind of, like Bill said, introduces the giveaway a little bit more. And I think that's a little bit more valuable than just, hey, thank you for subscribing. And everybody does that.
And at what point do you feel you add them to your subscriber list?
No, yeah. So maybe I'm not being clear. When they put their name and email in the opt-in box, they are on my subscriber list.
Okay.
Right. Then they get the first email. And that first email is what has the link. So they're automatically on my email list.
But they won't be getting the giveaway until they open up the email and click on the link.
Yep.
Okay.
And the reason I did that is because I noticed a lot of people giving fake emails.
Yeah.
So it's basically a confirmation email.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can do a confirmation. Even if you don't want to do a confirmation, at least make sure they open that first email, right?
Right.
And then it goes back to the video where they can then see your face and you tell them it's down. Your download is under the video.
Right. It's a little bit of an extra step, but it's a personal touch. I think that will probably help you out. But, listen, I don't want you to get ready. If you have that video ready to go, stick it on a page, just stick the link underneath, and you're good to go.
Well, I did a video. I think I'm smarter now. Maybe I can be a little more brief rather than 3.5 minutes, but there are things I wanted to change anyway.
Right.
So, and this gives me a great opportunity to do that. So maybe I should say tweak. Doesn't sound as bad as a change.
Yeah. I mean, if you can make it maybe a couple minutes long,
yeah,
I think that's enough. And make sure you talk about, if you choose to do it, make sure you talk about the private session.
Yes.
In that little video, so that if they go to the giveaway and don't make it all the way through, which happens a lot, they would never see your offer, right? They never see that.
Right, right.
So this way, at least you put it up front there. Then, hey, you're going to see it. It's a surprise, but I'm going to let you in on it. This is what I offer at the end. If you want to do it.
So can you say, or what do you think about at the end of this video? Stick around to the end, and I'll give you a link to give me or to get a personal counseling session.
Sure, absolutely.
Strategy session. Yeah, they have to stay to the end and that would be good too, I think.
Yep. Unless they just click on it, which is fine with you. You want them to contact you. You don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so that's all I think. I mean, you have almost everything. All the framework is there. A few little tweaks, and I think you'll be good to go. And start putting the thing out there.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Anybody else? You guys are being too quiet.
Really?
Louis, how's it going with you? We haven't talked about
Even Baxter's quiet.
Baxter's quiet, which I don't like. Something's up. He's got something cooking. You can tell. Or he's just too tired. I'm not sure which it is, but
Yeah, I've been tired now, no doubt.
Louise, how are things going with you? We haven't talked in a while.
It's fine. I had a sort of surprise spur of the moment trip to Cape Town. It was my sister's 21st birthday at the beginning of the month. And I was going to get to go down. But yes, as you know, my dog ended up having to go to the vet, and that sort of blew the rest of my budget completely to smithereens. Yeah. And so my sister actually asked my parents, because my mom always asks, what do you want for your birthday? And the parents and gifts and so on. And she said she just wants the entire family there for her party. So she asked my mom to buy an airline ticket for me to go down. So myself and my eldest daughter flew down to Cape Town and spent 5 days there. And our flights were obviously stacked in such a way so that because it's so short notice to be the cheapest. So we ended up leaving home at 4 a.m. on Friday and arriving back home at midnight on well, for me it was the Wednesday morning. So literally like 3 hours before the call. That's why I was slightly MIA last week. But yeah, otherwise everything's good. The week in Cape Town or 5 days was lovely but exhausting. Yesterday I was so tired. I felt human again for the first time yesterday. Well,
how are things going with your business?
It's slow because obviously now I didn't take work with me, but it's getting there. I'm focusing a lot more on the education side that wealthy affiliate teaches, just because I want to know that I understand the process. So this is the first time actually building a website of any kind from scratch. So it's fun and it's interesting. And a little bit scary, but yeah, I'm enjoying the process, and that's why the posts that I wrote came out, because they sort of ask you to learn and then implement and learn and implement. So that's why I had to write a post, and I had an idea of what I wanted to write, and then it sort of turns into a verbal diarrhea or whatever, because the moment I get going, it's like, oh wait, I can say this and I can add that, and yeah, maybe I should share it so you guys can see if I'm not just rambling on.
What is the basic title or the content of the article?
Okay, well, let me open it up. I actually haven't even looked at what it looks like on the thing. I was just so grateful that I'd finished it. I'm like, okay, post and share, and let's just get away from it. If you give me a second, then I can share it with you.
I don't know why, but my computer has been so slow lately. I don't know what's going on, but
you're getting too many emails, spam.
I'm getting rid of them, man. They're out, but
yeah.
No, it's certain websites like just to get on Google Drive has taken me forever, like the last few days. I don't know. I'm starting to think it's something with them because I was chatting with Mark Harbert today and he had the same problem. So I'm thinking that it might be that. I thought it was me.
And it's not just them, though. Even our work program, this is slow. At my house, at work, there's several things. That's like something's wrong with the internet itself. I don't know. It's not
Zuckerberg broke the internet? Darn him.
It's the Russians. The Russians.
Yeah. When you went to the end of it, that's what happens.
It's because we landed on Mars. It's the Martian.
Yeah. It's overloaded with streaming lives.
Yeah, right.
It's the end of the year. Everything's on a go slow. Okay, so it's this. Well, weight loss is only temporary for most people. And I don't know if it's going to. Oh, wait, there we are. Okay, so for me, as someone who has like struggled with their weight since, the dawn of time, I've been through, the shake ones and the pills, and there was even one my sister completed. I never did because it was too painful. Injections for all sorts of funny things. It was just a consistent thread that I saw through all of them. The fact that no one deals with the thought process and the mindset behind it. And it's only since really starting a lot more personal development that I realized that it plays such a massive role in anything that you do. It's not just for success in business. And so my article is mostly, or the post is mostly about that, and about the way people speak to themselves, so the internal narrative, and just the words that they use. And this is something I write about it in the post as well, is Eric Edmeades, that is one of the mentors in Mind Valley, where he says people are always going on a diet, but they don't realize that the word diet sorry, I've still got like waking up voice. The word diet refers to actually your normal way of eating, not a process you go on for a limited time and then go back to your natural habits. It's just dealing a bit more with the unmentioned side of the weight loss process.
Question, is that challenge link, is that an affiliate link?
This one is an affiliate link. And then I share another link at the bottom, which isn't an affiliate link, but I shared it because it's the program I'm following. This Fit Mom program. They don't have an affiliate program, but I really love the course, and it's not that expensive. It's like $47. So converted, it's about 650 Rand. And it's fantastic. You get lifetime access, and it's got a whole Facebook community. It's a really basic. You don't do shakes or pills or anything funny. You literally just eat clean, and they've even got vegan and vegetarian options for people that don't eat meat. So it's something that I felt I needed to share just because it's working for me and it's working for so many other people, and it's not something there's additional things that you need to purchase further on. You buy the course and you follow it, and that's it. You don't have to go get gym memberships or buy certain medications or shakes and things that you don't want to use or need to use.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'll share the link for this, and then you guys can scrutinize it closer.
Yeah. I'm glad. It's good that you have an affiliate link in there so you can monetize a little bit. Now, is this a blog on Wealthy Affiliates site? Is that what this is?
So this is a blog created through Wealthy Affiliates. So they help you to. I must pay my membership here as well. So they allow you to do 50 websites in total hosted through Siterubics, which is their hosting platform. And they've got a agreement with them that the community of wealthy affiliate gets discounted, or everything is included in your monthly premium. So your hosting, your site security, your support, and the whole wealthy affiliate side of the education and the sorry, my brain is like extremely slow because I'm still half asleep. The JAXI research thing where you can do keyword research. All of this included in your membership. And so through Site Rubiks, you can do 25 bought or paid for websites or URLs, and then 25 .site Rubiks ones which are free. So I've done one for my dad, which I'm still busy growing, and I need to sit down with him and some content that he'd like to have on there. And then this holistic health that I shared with you guys last time, I upgraded this one to the .com. So this one and this one are, are linked.
Okay.
And then this one is a website that I'm working on. But for the moment, I've decided not to focus on it too much because I'm doing the thing where I'm spreading myself very thin and I'm not focusing on just one thing. But this in future will grow into a website where I share the types of online income strategies that I'm using. So affiliate marketing and network marketing, and then once Morgan's going with his, some of his content as well, just for all the processes that he's using, because he's going to focus more on email marketing. And then this was the first one that I got inspiration to do, and then sort of put it completely on the back burner because I didn't know much about sales. So we'll first go through the process of it and learning before I finish it on.
So out of all those that you just showed me, is there kind of one place you want to focus on?
Yeah, this healthy
holistic. Yeah, okay.
My screen's
so let's work backwards, and so kind of begin with the end in mind. You're going to create this website. You're going to talk about weight loss, which is great. Your experiences and challenges and courses you like. That's fantastic. Where are you going to ultimately take people to in terms of how you want to? What do you want to sell?
Okay, I haven't thought about it that way around. So my whole reason for creating it as a holistic was so that I could deal with or write about all the different types of areas of people's lives. So it's not going to be a weight loss or healthy eating exclusively website. So when you open up the tabs, there will be like mind and body and relationships and spirituality. I had 5 now. I can't remember what the last one was. Oh, business. Yes. So that I can write on the various different topics. But then for marketing-wise, marketing on Facebook, I could advertise just one or share one post and boost one post in a specific direction within focusing on those that type of what's it? When you do the little things, the tweaks on Facebook on who's interested in things. What is that called again? Targeting. That.
I'm not sure. What do you mean?
Yeah, I hope I'm not rambling. I'll have to keep out this to see how badly my mind is like misfiring.
That's all right. Let's these other guys jump in for a minute. I'm curious what their thoughts are because they all look like they're thinking very detailed. So, you guys want to jump in here?
The thing that you were trying to promote now is that's an MLM you're in, the holistic health.
It's not an MLM. So, holistic health is just the name of my website.
Okay, and but you don't have nothing to sell from that. Not that the program you're going through for health. That's not something you're trying to sell.
The one I share at the end is not something that I specifically get a affiliate commission or anything on. But the first one, if I can share it again. as in I can point. Hang on. This first one that's in here, the Wild Fit. This is one that I signed up for the affiliate program. I haven't done the program yet because of the, once again, conversion.
Okay.
But I did listen to a webinar with Eric Edmedes and Vishen Malani, or I can't say his surname, the founder of Mindvalley. And he explains what the course is about and a little bit of the content that you get. So obviously it's a marketing webinar. And you can actually sign up for the affiliate program without having gone through the course. So this is a course that I would get an affiliate commission on. And then there was one that I wanted to share. Here. Wait, is this one? Oh, I think it's down here. There's a course that Bob Proctor offers as well about your mindset and things during weight loss and the way that you think about it. And the whole idea behind it is that because we are wired to find the things that we use, people tend to pick up the weight that they've lost because their subconscious is looking for it. And it sounds completely dilly when you say it like that. But if you just think about how powerful your subconscious mind is, people don't always realize that. It makes a hang of a lot of sense. And that's where the yo-yo dieting comes in. But now what we've discovered in South Africa is that we can't just sign up for a ClickBank account because of the delightful crime that we have. So I've mailed ClickBank and they actually got back to me just about a day or two ago. And I have to send them all sorts of documentation, and then I can open an account, and then I can sign up for Bob Proctor's affiliate program, and then I can share that here as well. So there's no direct, I want you to purchase this one here right now. But there will be then 2 affiliate links in this post that I can monetize. And then the last one, when their affiliate program is rolled out, I will just link it properly to that. But it's just so people have some options.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually have an intention exactly with, I want you to buy this. It's, I think just the fact that I managed to write the post in the first place was a big thing for me, because I wanted to do a blog years ago already, and then I didn't realize what it would cost just to get started. So that sort of went down the drain. And then my second issue was, like, I feel extremely vulnerable sharing anything that comes out of my brain, because I do know that I can offend people when I say stuff. And like, even it's so bad that this was in my husband's speech at our wedding, just to, like, so you know. And so I don't want to offend people, but also I don't want to be cyberbullied and said, oh, this woman doesn't know what she's talking about and she's an absolute lunatic. So, you know, there's a little bit of a double concern there. But so I didn't want to tie myself down with too much intentionality. I just wanted to write and get it done, just so it's done and I can move on to the next one. Okay. And then I think I can always edit and tweak it in future to focus it a bit more. But yeah, for the moment, I'm just grateful that it's done and it's linked in and the links work, and yeah.
No, it's a great job. It's fantastic, and I think you're to be commended. I would just be a little bit leery of this. And I saw like 4 or 5 different sites that you showed me that you're trying to build out. And these guys are shaking their head because they know that just writing one blog is tough. Keep up with that. So you will find that it's very challenging to do more than one blog.
Yeah.
Effectively. You can write a post here and there, but to really do it effectively. And when you decide which one is the one you really want to do, then you need to basically drill down on that one.
Yeah, my main focus on my business side is the holistic health one. I've left the others just for the moment because I first started with the handbags one because when you started with the wealthy affiliate training, even still on their free membership, they tell you just pick something and start with it so that you can get going. And then I read one of the posts because in the community people share their own advice and part of their experience, and so you have a blog section inside the wealthy affiliate community. And he said that his first 4 websites failed because he didn't know what he was doing, but he doesn't consider it a failure because he learned from all of them. And so that gave me a bit of peace of mind because I've now got all these websites that I've my list that are of things I'd like to do, but I'm not focusing on any one or I'm not doing a bit here today and then a bit tomorrow, because I know that has been my issue since I started with the online business, is I don't focus on just one thing. And then when I work at my dad's office, I work on his website. So if I'm done with my work there and I don't have anything else for me to do, I build a bit. And so I've designed a new logo and business material like headers and business cards and things like that. I've done that for him. So it's stuff that I do when I'm at his office. I'm not technically supposed to be working on stuff.
Are you at a point where you want to share this post? Beyond the confines of here?
No, I don't know yet. Because there's nothing else on the website. It's like bare bones. This is the only thing that's on there. So maybe in a week or two, once I get a chance to give it a little bit more body, a bit more content.
Yeah. I would suggest writing 4 or 5, maybe not that size posts, but some decent meaty posts, so that people can have a place to explore once they get there. But then you can promote this very nicely, and I would actually send them maybe to the post you just showed us, and just say, hey guys, I'm really vulnerable writing this post out because it's all about kind of weight loss, and it's always been a sensitive issue for me, and that will get people drawn to you, because there are a ton of people who are sensitive about weight loss and maybe would never want to come out and talk about it, but you're brave enough to do that. So I think that's a really good first post for them to see. But yeah, I would want them to also find maybe 4 or 5 other posts once they get there, so they can really get into your stuff. And at some point, you're going to want a way for them to be able to follow you, either whether it's a giveaway or whether it's subscribe to my blog or something. You're going to want that, because when you start connecting with people and you're as vulnerable as you are, they're going to connect deeply with you at a deep level, and they'll want to follow. They'll want to get notifications of your next post. They'll want that kind of stuff. So, but I do think you'll need, before I go all out and promote this thing, I would get some more posts written for sure.
Yeah. And I've gone to my dad's office every day this week because my daughter's got school concert, so she's in school every day, and my little one now stays with my mom and dad. So the days that I'm not supposed to be there, I just go so that I have a quiet, uninterrupted space to work, because it took me about a week to write this post because the kids keep interrupting me. I'm like, I can't remember what I wanted to say. So just, before I murder someone, let's just leave. And then I managed to finish this Monday.
So what's your next post about?
I don't know. I just finished this one. Okay, my mind is not broken. Give me a second.
Yeah.
We'll see as I go through the training, and then so I'll see what tomorrow or what today's training holds, and then it'll probably be create another. So yeah.
So you were going through your post and explaining about your post, and I can't think of the category. I don't know what the category is called. I want to say like lifestyle something. I don't know, but it reminds me of the people that have websites, and their category is, where did it go? Not motivation. It's productivity. It's productivity, maybe. Yeah, productivity, I guess. And I'm thinking when I've actually, there's a few people, I can't think of any of them off the top of my head right now, that I follow for productivity for their websites and their YouTube channels and things like that. I was like, well, what do you sell about productivity? I don't know. And I've looked at them, and eventually they actually all come down to selling their own book, like either a small ebook or actually a book on Amazon. And along the way, they sell affiliate links towards productivity
Courses.
courses, apps, things that they use to help them manage their time. But you could do something in that same manner along the categories, the lifestyle that you want to create, the holistic, healthy, whatever that is, and even go as far as doing individual things that you might buy yourself on like Amazon or something. I don't know if there's maybe a
I'm still
blender or something that you could.
Yeah, no, I know that there's a lot of people. Some of the ones I follow as well, they have these sort of by the way links. Like
Right.
This is my recipe, and by the way, if you want to use the knife I'm using, link for it. So it's not an intentional. Oh yeah, there goes the training alarm. It's not the intention of the article to share that link, but it's just so you casting a wide net for anyone who's willing to spend money. And I must just still figure out the Amazon affiliate thing, because Amazon doesn't sell to South Africa.
Right.
So unless you go with a My US address or whatever route, because of our postal service being so shoddy. Oh, I'm really like the spokesperson, like come to South Africa, come live here, you're going to love it. But yeah, so I've hardly ever used Amazon unless it's for ebook, or Kindle, yeah.
Right. I mean, there's many ways to monetize this kind of thing, and one of the ways I've seen it be done very, very effectively is to just write some really high value stuff on your blog, let people gradually migrate to it, word of mouth. Hey, this girl's, she really talks some good stuff. She's not the same old weight loss, weight shake, buy this, buy that, but she really talks about everyday stuff. So what your next post is about, I would just sit down and think, what are the 4 or 5 things that bug me the most about weight loss or have in my journey? And you might want to make a post about, hey, this is not another post about buying weight loss shakes or weight pills or whatever. Something like that. I don't know what the title would be, but everybody's selling stuff. Everybody's selling weight loss stuff. How do you make head sales of it? How do you know what's good? And what are just some basic stuff you can do without the weight loss pills and shakes that can help you lose weight?
Yeah.
In other words, you're coming as a contrarian. All these other people out there are hawking their shakes and their pills and whatever, and you're coming out here and you're like going, you know what? I don't have any weight loss pills and shakes to sell you. Here's what I think is really important when you're trying to lose weight. It ain't fancy, it ain't cool, but it's worked for years. And just be the person who's not out trying to hawk their stuff, and you'll stand out.
Yeah, it's like Brandon Boyes that has a thing that he also says when he does the IML training, where it's what I don't want to sell pills, potions, and snake oil, something like that. Each time I heard that, I nearly killed over laughing. That is exactly what I saw network marketing as at the first time. And marketing in general, when it's, I don't know, not necessarily small business, but when it's someone who's created their own thing, you always feel, or not always, but sometimes you get this underlying inspiration, like, you need to buy this, otherwise my family won't eat. And so that's, for the most part, why I went for the employee route rather than the own business, because it was safe and it wasn't mine specifically.
What I would think would be pretty effective would be really getting down into the daily stuff that people who are trying to lose weight. My husband keeps bringing cookies into the house for the kids.
I was going to say that.
My hands off of them.
That's
what I'm saying? Like really down to earth, like something everybody can relate to.
Right.
And
Like
you don't have to even have a solution for it. Just talk about the struggle.
Mm.
You know, and if you figure out solutions to it, then yeah, share it, of course. But just be the real person who's out there, you know, struggling with this. And here's the temptations. And man, I just love those Dunkin' Donuts, and you know, whatever, right? And be that person. Just be real.
Okay.
That's what people want. You know, don't think too much like a marketer with this kind of a website. If you're going to go with this,
Okay.
you know, you can do that behind the scenes and market it the way you want to market, but that crowd's not going to relate to that.
Okay. On a related note, but not entirely important, what's your guys' opinion about swearing in your blog posts? Because I don't want to go like full on potty mouth swearing, but you know, a power word here and there, because
it's you be yourself.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't swear a lot, but every now and again, it's just, you know, to emphasize.
You know, do you ever watch Gary Vaynerchuk?
Oh yeah, I love Gary Vaynerchuk.
I mean, you know, the F word about every other minute.
Yeah.
Some people are offended by it. Some people think that's Gary being Gary, but there's a message behind what he's talking about. Just be Louise. Just be. If you swear once in a while, just you can make a joke of it too. Okay, you know, I'm about to curse in this next paragraph, so send your kids to the next room. You can make a joke about it, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, don't just come out as yourself.
Okay.
Certainly don't draw attention to it.
If I read something that Baxter did and he swore, I'd be like, "What? That's not Baxter. What the hell is this?" You know, maybe I can get away with it. I can do it.
Okay.
And Kayla, she swears all the time.
All the time. Such a potty mouth.
Yeah, I feel a bit better when I watch what is his name on EMP as well? The pilot. Oh man, he's also
JT.
Yes, JT. And he says his kids drop an F-bomb every now and again, but it's when they start saying they can't that it gets real, where he starts disciplining them and
Yeah.
I love it.
Approach to parenting. I'm going to start doing this because then I don't have to worry if my kids at 4 years old start saying slightly embarrassing things. But yeah, because my eldest daughter has started this, I can't, my arms are sore, and
Right.
yeah, that's more of an issue than maybe a curse word every year and there, I suppose.
It's like, you know, Amy writes a mommy blog, right? And Amy right now has a 2-year-old. He's just learning to talk, so he's not learning curse words, but that's not far from now, right? It's going to happen soon, and she'll address that in her blog, I'm sure, because it's built through the process. So I would just say, in terms of your style, just be you. Okay. If that's an occasional, you know, curse word, people, you know, you won't get shut down.
Parentheses and say explicit goes here. Parentheses.
Cover your kids' eyes.
Yeah, blurred out. Okay, cool.
Bill, any thoughts?
Well, you know, for me, it would be a question, and I saw the length of the blog, the content, and of course, I didn't get to read it all, but I was wondering if there's more than 1 or 2 bits of subject matter in there that you could break that out into more than one blog. So you don't have to do the whole one as you had out there at right off the bat. Because for me, I don't like to read a lot of big, long blogs. But you got to know who your target audience is. But for me, I don't like to read long blogs. And I think Ray Higdon does this well, and he'll mention in the highlights or the text of the blog, he'll mention the highlights and then go to his video, which explains more. Now, I'm not saying you need to do a video, but what I'm saying is, could you do something, and I'm going to ask the question of the group, could you do something like take your 1 or 2 main topics from that, break it up into into subsequent blogs and just lead people through that process, different headings, different subjects. And then maybe after the third or fourth one is when you turn them on to, whatever offer you have, so you're building the audience and you tell them ahead of time, I'm doing this to see what kind of interest there is out there, and where I might head, and you can help me with this by telling me what interests you. But it's like on the third or fourth or fifth one is when you're going to hit them with your offer, and they will have come through 2 or 3 or 4 blogs with you, getting to know you and getting to trust you, and then getting to like you also.
Yeah, it's very effective. What I've seen too is a blog series, which I think is kind of what Bill was talking about, where it makes it maybe not 3,000 words, but maybe 500 each, and you just go on to the next. You go on to the next part, the next part, the next part. So it's a natural thing. They want to keep going, and you got to put some teasers in there at the end, to kind of drive them to the next post.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
But that would kind of give you more content too to start with, and then you can keep writing a bit more as you want to.
Okay.
But what? Put that link in the group so we can look at it in more detail. It might help us to help you out with that. But I do like the idea of shorter posts, but a series. I think that's actually very helpful. Thanks, Bill.
But that brings up the question: is like, who's doing that? Nobody does that. I mean, I haven't seen anybody that does that. Everybody has all these long posts, and I don't even know who's reading them. Not me. I'm not the one. I'll scan it like I do social media, but the stats say that there's more blogs everywhere. They're all writing long blog posts. I
think most people write long blog posts for SEO. Honestly, I'm like Bill. If something's over 500 words, I lose it. I don't keep going for most things. But who's doing blog series? I did it back in the day. I haven't done it in a long time. I don't know who's doing it, but I like Bill's idea.
Right. I mean, because then maybe somebody might actually read your blog, because I'm not. Yeah, that makes sense that they're doing it for SEO, but they're not. Nobody's reading it. I mean, maybe they are. But I don't know. It's not. I'm just not one of them.
If they're tuned in enough, they'll read it. But Louise, what you got to do in that situation, and we can talk about this more, but you have to make it almost like a TV show. In other words, at the end, give them a reason to keep going, right? Give them like a tidbit or just tease them a little bit, a teaser into the next episode, if you will.
Okay.
I'm not calling it that, but that's in essence, you want to lead them from one to another to another to another. So they're digesting all the stuff that you're writing, but maybe just in smaller amounts. Now, if you really want to rank for a certain keyword, then you should write a longer one. And but you're not going to rank for weight loss, or you have to pick out a longer keyword. That
slightly a lot of posts out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the keyword search engine thing that Jaxia showed you guys earlier, it shows you how many posts there are, relevant ones that are using a certain keyword that you search for, and how many people visit that post on a monthly basis. So you want the visits high, but the competition you want low. And so weight loss is like in the thousands. So yeah, there's loads.
If you want to rank for the phrase, how do I lose weight with junk food in the house? You could probably rank for it. And I would think it'd be very popular.
In my house, I'd be number 1.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd rank number 1 with junk food with me.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. I said to Morgan last night, it's the worst thing for me with clean eating is that there's no grab and go. If you want grab and go, you have to make it yourself. There's no like healthy drive-through that you can just stop by when you freaking end up being in town longer than you plan to. So, the struggle is real.
All right. Well, I'll put that link in the group so we can.
Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, put that link in the group so we can help you out a little bit. And
I've just posted it. Thanks.
okay, just give you some ideas. But, all right, everybody else? No, Doug, no, nothing today.
No, not right now.
All right, Kayla, anything?
No?
All right,